Many people talking about LGBT issues or LGBTQIA plus issues will say that Jesus never mentioned it. He never talked about it. That's true. He never actually talked about it openly, but he did weigh in on the issue. One of the things that is debated, particularly amongst Christian theologians, is, are people who are LGBTQIA born that way, or are they shaped that way by culture or by outside influences? And this is a big debate, because if they're born that way, then it's not their fault. Jesus came down on one side on that, because in the very chapter, Matthew 19, where he talks about male and female, he made them to the Pharisees. And conservative Christians often say, there you are, he said male and female, that's it. And the previous one I have said, well, that means there's no such thing as penguins, because birds of the air and fish of the sea is all that's created. Penguins are birds of the sea, so they couldn't exist. Anyway, in the very same chapter, just a few verses down, a passage that's never quoted. There are eunuchs who were born that way. Now, by eunuchs, we often think of those who are made eunuchs because they are children of slaves and they are made a certain way medically so that they will work in a harem in the royal court and be no threat to the women at all. And Jesus talks about that. Many Christians will say, well, that verse is about celibacy. Yes, he also mentions that. He said there are 3 categories. The first one is eunuchs born that way. The second one is eunuchs made that way by man. And the third one is eunuchs who choose to be that way for the sake of the kingdom. In other words, they choose celibacy because of the dedication to the gospel. But the first category is often forgotten. He said there are some who were born that way. And if you look into Judaism, you'll find that they talk about eunuchs of the sun, people who are born that way, who are not fully male or fully female. They're different. And now we know medically there are many conditions that we call intersex, which is different to the binary model. Jesus says quite clearly there are eunuchs who are born that way. So he came down on the right side of the issue. It has to be the right side because it's Jesus, isn't it? There you are. Follow me for more.